We're so happy that our Board of Trustees, our staff, and all of our guests could join us here today. Tell us a little bit about the history and of this beautiful park today.
Thank you for joining us in this celebration of the dedication of the Tribute Park. I'm going to tell you a couple of stories of how we got to here. Back in 2006, there was a husband and wife who had a son that was killed in Afghanistan. He didn't have a family of his own, and he left them a $500,000 insurance policy. After that, they knew they didn't want to keep it for themselves, and the son always talked about his buddies' families at home. He was always concerned about his friends' families. So they decided to do something that would help the families of military and veteran who were serving our country. So they were investigating and looking all over the place for different organizations that did that, and they came across us. So they came here and they interviewed us and they grilled us over a 2-3 month period. They wanted to know everything about the finances, everything about the programs, future plans, everything. And after we were all done, they decided to give us the $500,000 to establish a new permanently restricted endowment fund. At the time, we had received a large gift from General Motors, coincidentally. So they asked the board if they would match that $500,000 gift to start this new endowment fund with $1 million beginning. And they did. This endowment fund was named not after the people who donated the money, because they didn't want that kind of recognition. It was named after a young lady who was instrumental in getting the National Home founded back in the early 20s. Her name is Amy Ross. So the fund is called the Amy Ross Endowment Fund. That's story number one. A couple years ago, Junior Vice Orientation that we have every year, National President Gwen Rankin and Commander-in-Chief Richard Denoyer were here as Junior Vice. And throughout the day we're having fun, and they asked, hey, we want to do something for the National Home, what can we do? So there was a place out behind our community center that we were putting some stone benches that people had wanted to give for a timeless memorial here in the home. And we needed to do some work on the walkway. And they went out and saw it and decided, that's a good project, we're going to fix that walkway. That set in motion a series of thoughts that resulted in this park. We realized we should have that where it's more accessible. We should have it where people see it all the time, where it's a draw so they can see the tributes that are in this park. So over the 2 years or so, donations came in from the Junior Vice and then the Senior Vice and now the Department Commanders and Presidents, and their donations funded this whole pathway. This whole pathway then allowed us to construct this park. The Department of Illinois, VFW Department of Illinois, learned about this, and they got excited about it, and they donated the fountains. So we have the infrastructure here that's ready to accept many more tributes. This is just phase one also. There are 6 phases in the plan. The additional phases will just gradually grow and fill that whole area in a style just like this. The park itself is available for the tributes. Just like this pathway is named the 2011-2012 Department Commanders and Presidents Path. And the next pathway will be named by whoever donates it and what they want to call it. Let me check my notes here. Now tie this into the first story. The donations that come in for this park to put in a tribute, the net proceeds from that will go into the Amy Ross Endowment Fund, which means these timeless tributes that will stay here well past all of us will create money for ongoing income that will last way beyond all of us. And so this is an excellent way not just to recognize those that we love or respect around the country, but it's another way to show that we love and need and respect the National Home. And we're really pleased that the Board of Trustees allowed this to happen, and that Gwen Rankin and Richard Denoyer were the first domino that started a whole bunch of additional ones. So thank you for your efforts and your contributions. Thank you. And now I'll invite Dave Hadley back up.
Today we want to thank all those individuals and organizations that donated and given money towards this beautiful tribute park, and to the ones who will give in the future. As board members, we believe it is important to do what we can do for our service, to look out for and to help secure the home's financial future. Today is a special day, and we dedicate this park for that purpose and commit our efforts to furthering the work of the National Home. We are thankful to Commander-in-Chief Richard Denoyer and National President Gwen Rankin, and for all your department commanders and presidents for their significant part they played in putting this important project together. Commander-in-Chief Richard Denoyer wanted to let everybody know that he would love to be with us today, but duties took him away elsewhere. He sends his very best regards on a special occasion. It is my honor now to present to you the National President, Gwen Rankin. Gwen, would you like to...
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
And Commander-in-Chief, you and I are known as the first dominoes. How cool is that? But to think, to my presidents and commanders, that we have started a path that's going to leave such a legacy of what we're about, what we felt when we entered this campus. You know, you come on this campus and just everything, all the stress kind of just drains off of your body. And we saw that as we went and visited different areas of the National Home. So I was so pleased. I saw this morning that we all gave the donation that we committed to, and that this is going to be, I wish you could be here to see how peaceful it is, what this waterfall sounds like. I love the sound of water. I hope that one day you can come back. But if you look around behind me, and maybe up towards the trees, and if you can envision what this will look like with different paths, knowing that our path was the first, I think you should feel so proud. And I hope and pray one day that you can come back and see it when it's finished. Let's hope that we'll all be able to do that one day, maybe for a class reunion. So to the National Home, thank you for letting us ask the question. And then Todd and Patrice and Tim for just coming up with, how about this? And then seeing it blossom into this beautiful tribute park. To think that people can come, contribute to somebody in memory of somebody is just the way to go. It's truly a way to go, because it'll live on forever. And as Tim said earlier, past our time. So thank you so much for having this looking so beautiful already in a short time. Thank you.
And now it's time to open the park.
Yeah! So hard!
1, 2, 3.